Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the beautiful Silverton, Colorado. Today we are out doing one of our favorite things, which is hiking a beautiful trail, taking in the gorgeous views, possibly finding a mine and exploring some history. So let's go hike Mini Gulch. So if you hung out with us last year, you will remember that we did hike at Mini Gulch, and to start, we park at Maggie Gulch. So Maggie Gulch is another OHV trail here, and they have a nice parking lot with a map, where the Mini Gulch is more of just a dirt road. There's a small area you could pull off, but there's some private property attached, and I really just like to not be rude. Just try not to be that person, so you can try not to be that person. It's a little over half a mile of this nice, easy graded road to get to Mini Gulch. So it's kind of just a nice warm up before we start to climb. So you might be thinking, why Mini Gulch again? If we've already been here, why are we here again? Well, one, if you haven't watched the previous video, I'm gonna make it the very next one after this, so watch this one, then go watch that one. But I got rained off the mountain that day. It ended up, I played it safe, but I ended up playing it very safe in a very smart way because it rained the rest of the day. And I hadn't done a lot of research. It was just one of those hikes that, like, I knew Kittimac was up here, so we picked a road and we went. And I made the false assumption that the buildings behind us were Kittimac. They are not. They are not Kittimac. Y'all, this is the Caledonia mine, the Caledonia boarding house actually, and then a mine building that is collapsed next to it, and then what looks to be either a small boarding house or a residential home. And the cool thing about the Caledonia and the Kittimac is that the Caledonia and Kittimac are actually on the same vein, which is wild to me because we still have about 1,000 foot to climb and another mile. So it's wild that they were on the same vein. But I had to correct my assumption, correct my video, visit the Caledonia again, and then hike up to Kittimac. And how I missed Kittimac the first time, yes, I didn't do my research, but there was an offshoot. And I didn't take the offshoot because I knew there was this cool cabin that I wanted to see. And we went and saw the cabin, and then the clouds started kind of swirling. So I ended up flipping around and kind of marking that offshoot for future use. That's when I started doing the research, started realizing that I mixed up Caledonia and Kittimac. So today, we are just gonna cruise right on by Caledonia because we've already explored this, and we're gonna continue to head up the mountain to see the Kittimac, and hopefully this time we can find it. So last year, this is where we differed. We went straight up to finish Mini Gulch. Today, we are going left towards the tailing piles in the sky. Basically, my motto is follow the tailings piles. But TBH, struggling to acclimatize a bit this time. So we are being very slow. We meaning me. Teams is way up there. Just struggle a little bit with the altitude this time, but that's kind of part of it. Slow and steady also gets you there. But yeah, I'm not winning any climbing races today. I just saw where I'm going. It's not over there. It's over there. Not a good day to have a slow climb day because we've got quite a bit to go. And it is slow climbing for me, so whew. Here goes nothing. We're having a snack. Since I am moving slow, I figure maybe I need some extra like early carbs. So I'm gonna drink my little mini Coke and eat my PB&J in the shade. So we've definitely found the first stirrings of life of the Kittimac high up on this cliff. Hopefully most of our climbing is done. I think we have just a couple hundred more feet, so that shouldn't be too bad. But it looks like this specific area was taken down by an avalanche, just as you could see like that sheer drop off, which actually was kind of one of the main ways that places disappeared. There's lots of stories of, you know, men in boarding houses being swept away with an avalanche. You know, they're sitting there after work playing cards and they get swept away. So I think there was one really bad winter where 18 men were lost in one winter. So that's kind of, when they look flat like this, to me, that's kind of what it says, is it was probably an avalanche. So I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful view and I'm gonna do something fun. So on my phone, I have this awesome new app called Peaks, so that I can see Peak Finder. So I can literally do this and it tells me, I'm offline, what is in front of me. So I'm gonna figure out what mountains are in front of me. Took a few minutes. Ate my Sammy, gave Fiend some of his jerky. Still got my Coke to go. I think just a nice slow, steady pace. It actually, the grade doesn't look as horrible as it's been, so hopefully we're not as slow as we were. I mean, y'all don't know how slow I am, but I certainly feel it. And I like to be honest, you know, sometimes these hikes feel super easy to me. Like, I don't remember last one being this hard when we did the mine, like the little cabin. So I like to share that because it's not always easy. All right, Kittimac, we're bust. Actually go up top there on our way back. I just want to keep this nice, slow, steady pace. Is anybody else like that? They want to get to their summit, their peak, their mine first, and then they feel like they can explore. It's very much me. I think it's around this corner, guys. I think that was our last climb, which was a lot easier than the first bit, but we should be eye level-ish with the Kittimac, yes. And I kept saying, man, once I'm eye level, I'll feel better. And then I couldn't remember, like, where'd that come from? Fan of the opera. Keep your hand at the level of your eyes. That's where it came from. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be worth it. This is worth it, I promise. But whoo, it looks like one more little climb. One more. There's signs of life. Not much left. Looks like we've got some sort of oven here. It could be from a house. It could be like a boarding house over here. There's so much snow behind here. There could be a shaft right here. There is a lot of rail line for like the buckets. And there is a lot of broken down. It does look like this thing went clear down, like the buildings just went clear down. Try to find some photos. I bought a new book that's Images of America. Mines are on Silverton, and I think this one's in there. So we'll try to see if I can find a picture, but I'm almost positive this one went clear down. So it would make sense that maybe this was up here for actual mine work, melting down. But wow, this was totally worth it. So cool. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful to be up here. I always feel so blessed. It's hard work to get here, but I always feel blessed when I am. Of all the weird things, there is, of all the weird things, I have cell service now, and there's a tour coming up. One of the Jeep tours, like the open air Jeep tours. I can see the Jeep climbing its way up. Of all the timing. So we explored that top. We're gonna hit down the bottom, try to just get our exploring and videos in before they get up here. I mean, they're going pretty slow. Hopefully they stop at the other one that we didn't stop at. But of all the timing, in all honesty, like I've ran into one OHVer, sorry, I couldn't speak today. So like, and last time I think I ran into one as well. So it's kind of funny. Of all the places today, come on, Boo, this way. They're coming to the Kittimac too. Down to that bottom level now, get closer to the building. I wanted to get all my climbing done, people. So we went up top first. Oh, now, gotta making our way downtown. Passing snow on scree fields. It's super duper safe. That's why I have a Garmin inReach. Oof. Digging into the snow. It's so easy, kid. Go. 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 Go, shoulder. It's super safe. I'm gonna go up here. Yeah, I did not take the best line because I was talking to y'all. All right, I'm gonna get myself over there without dying. Easy, kid. Our Jeepers are making much better time than I made. But for now, we have the Kittimac to ourselves, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it. So the Kittimac, this is the mine, had a tram line that connected to the mill, which is down all the way where we started. And the unique thing about Kittimac is it actually was one of like the only mines in this area that wasn't patented. But that meant it ran into a lot of investment issues, financial issues. So over the course of its lifetime, because the ore wasn't really good here, they kept having to refit this mine with different techniques, different equipment to process the ore. And so every time they did that, they'd get a little bit more money. They'd be able to run it for a little bit longer. Then eventually the ore, the quality just diminished and they couldn't afford to refit. So it ended up reverting back to the state and closing out, and then just left here to kind of rot. But it is just wild. I'll give you guys a slow pan of where we started and that tram line came from all the way up here. I don't quite know how it ran because I think it probably ran to the one that we passed and then down, at least from here. But yeah, so the Kittimac is definitely a really, really cool mine. Very worth it, even though a lot of it has fallen. You can still see where the chutes came, where the ore came out. They probably came in to buckets. Buckets were put on to maybe rail cars. I don't know. The train, not the train, like the bucket cars. Possibly the tram line to go down. So now that we've been here, we can kind of piece it together a little bit more when we get back to the book, because we've seen the landscape, which is something that I find really fun, to come up here, view the landscape, see how the building's laid and then go back and look at photos, because then you can kind of like piece it all together. And that's kind of my favorite part about this, is trying to imagine it, coming up, viewing it, and then going home and looking and finding it, and then being like, okay, now I get it, because it kind of takes that well-rounded view to really figure it out. And the Jeep tour is here, so I think we're just gonna sit here and take in the view while they hang out. Doesn't look like many people, and they don't always get out. That's one reason why I don't want to do one of the Jeep tours, is because like I want to get out and spend 20 minutes looking for really cool bolts, because I like bolts and I like nuts. That feel good on the belly? Yeah. So sadly, I think I have to go back down. I actually just talked to the Jeepers. They were so nice. The couple who owns the Jeep tour is from Mesa, Arizona. They moved here 11.5 years ago. I'm so jealous. They're running a Jeep tour today, which is awesome. Fiend's got to say hi. They have a wolf dog, so his blowing coat didn't bother them, but oh, I love it. I never know if I'm gonna meet people, but when I do, I always like them. I love people. Wow, I'm like a child. Like I'm a kid in a candy store, y'all. This is my version of a candy store. So look at the Kittimac. All the way down she blows. Up. It actually looks like this might have been a mine shaft. A lot of mines were worked at various levels, so even though, like, I'm not positive, like 80% this is still Kittimac, but a lot of them were worked at various levels. Like the old 100, I think, had 7 total levels. So there's, you know, different shafts, different veins. So this definitely looks like a shaft just based on the color of the water runoff and the structure that is around all of that runoff. And then it looks like this might have been a little, it looks like there might have been rails on here for buckets. I know the tram line is literally right there. So as we go down there, what, woo, hello. Glad you guys didn't fall all the way down in there, because I don't think I could have gotten you back. So the rail line, or the tram line, is literally right there. So it makes sense that this stuff might have been dumped into buckets, taken down on the tram. Yeah, really cool. It's cool because you can see the Kittimac too from here. Like a great view. Yeah, super cool. I'm gonna try to piece this part together. I have that part pieced more in my head just because of the book, but try to piece this one together as well when we get back. Yeah, there's also some cool old bolts here too, you know, since I'm a nerd. Oh, hold on. Literally right behind the camera. Looks like somebody placed these. So I'm gonna assume it's a mineral in there. Ooh, there's definitely gold in that. Look at that. There's definitely gold. Wow. That has to be gold, right? Right? Wow, that's cool. That's probably why somebody put it here, and I'm gonna leave it here for other people to enjoy too, because I can never figure it out. Yeah, that's definitely gold. It is super shiny. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So cool. There's gold in them hills. Well, that looks fun. Alright, nothing to do but to head down now. I feel amazing now. This is like this sometimes. Obviously I'm going down, so it's easier, but I actually think I finally got like the elevations okay, like the altitude's okay. It takes me a while sometimes. It just happens like that. There are some hikes that I get used to the altitude like super quick, and then there are other days like today where until I was up here and in it for a couple minutes, then I was like, oh, okay, I can breathe now. My heart's not palpitating now. Because that's actually the hardest thing for me, is I get weird heart palpitations up at high altitudes. I think it has to do with my Hashimoto's too. But I feel amazing now. Oh, there's some metal. I'm so ADHD. These rocks, there are so many that have gold chunks in them, like specks. It's amazing. Now, I'm going to assume the quality's not great. That's why they're still not mining up here, or why it failed, because of the quality. So, but it's kind of cool to see. I'm not good with all of that just yet. I'm trying to get better. The Phoenix Gold Mine tour helped last year, but I'm still not great. I would love to be able to like tell what the different veins are, but I'm not to that level, okay? All right, we're going to just enjoy these views because there's nothing like the San Juans. Nothing. Sometimes I laugh at myself. I'm just like eating a Pop-Tart, hiking down the most beautiful mountain, saying my motto, there's something there. I'm pointing at places, happy as a clam, following Feeny's booty. But truly, my stomach started growling, which usually I don't eat on the way down. But I do think part of why I didn't feel good today is I don't know that I fueled enough. Kind of why I stopped. And it makes sense. By the time I got to the mine, that Coke and that sandwich had like settled in. So I definitely think I still need to iron out my high altitude fueling. It's very different than Arizona fueling. Arizona, I just do liquids, like Blue Roctane. Here, I need actual sustenance. So I'm gonna eat my cherry Pop-Tart, best flavor in my honest opinion, which was on sale because according to the clerk at Silverton, nobody buys cherry. Say what? It's the best flavor. If you don't agree with me, don't put it down below. But if you do agree with me, put it down below. Actually, put your favorite flavor. I wanna know, what's your favorite flavor Pop-Tart? Mine is cherry. The more you know. It's nice and easy. We made it back down to the main road. We got a little under a half mile to the truck. Now, this is the first time I have ever seen people parked here. So I technically know I can park here. I know I play it super safe, but there are like no trespassing signs on all of these trees. And so with an Arizona plate, like those are both Colorado. So with Arizona, like, I don't know if those people know that guy. So anywho, moral of the story, we still just need to walk to the truck. Oh, we made it back. It was 39 when I left here this morning. It is very warm in this car now. I think Skeens is tired. He's laying down. It was a good productive first part of the day. It is about 1. So we got all of that done before 1, which is great. And now we're gonna head back to the pod. I'm gonna see if I can't find Kittimac in that book, and we'll piece together what we just did. So, and get some food. 'Cause I'm hungry still. I'm sure he is too. Whew. It's been a while since we last chit-chatted. I actually came back to the pod, and then my friend was ready early, so met him downtown. We took the pups. He has an adorable black lab named Ruben. We took the pups for a good 2-hour walk, had a moose run-in, which was wild. Beautiful moose. And we went to dinner at Eureka Station, the restaurant, not actual Eureka. Don't mind Phoenix is eating dinner and he's like inhaling it down here. But I think we are gonna just settle in for the night. It was a great evening, good times. I loved getting to be downtown. I like never go out to eat and just hang out at places, so that was pretty nice. Now he's just drinking. He's just being loud. So in typical fashion, we are chaotic. But I'm getting my cozy comfies. I think we're gonna watch a TV show before we turn in, and we will see you guys on the next adventure, wherever the road and the slurping water dog takes us. Dude. Bruh. What you doing? Say night, peeps. Sure. Oh, lovely. Bruh. Come here. Can I have your head? Come here. Say, see you later, guys. Okay, finish eating.